The plan is too radical and carries a high risk for casualties. I've given it a lot of thought. And in the...
But it's still the best plan we have. As a former Matra...
I did. And that's how I saw the danger behind these so-called advantages.
Huh? Why are you guys arguing?
My friend, you're just in time. Why don't you help me persuade Sino? He's turned against our plan.
We agreed to work out a plan at the meeting. As mercenaries, you're familiar with the local environment, so you'll take care of the specifics. But then, had I known Al-Haytham would give you those kinds of suggestions, I would not have agreed to the plan.
Look, you already know that we're all on the same side here, don't you?
Mercenaries place a lot of importance on their bonds of friendship, but also will not hesitate to make sacrifices if they deem the
Seems you really do understand the ways of the desert.
Traveler, Paimon, this is also something you should know. Rahman's plan is to have me work with the Caravan Reebok guards in my capacity as a Matra. We will arrest the mercenaries and escort them into Sumeru City.
Wait, how can we work with the guards?
We can't get through that wall easily, remember? Caravan Reebok would never let so many unregistered members of the Eremites enter Sumeru City. My plan will clear us of any possible suspicion, and also let us enter the city as a big group. There is no better way.
That also sounds like something Al-Haytham told you. Am I right?
Doesn't Al-Haytham know how dangerous this plan is?
Of course he does. He told me, there is no perfect plan, but this can get the job done. He also said that with the help of Sino and the Traveler, our chance of success would increase significantly. I never blindly trust anyone, and I've always had a good eye for people. I think he made a number of valid points. It's my own choice to trust you.
If I make the arrests alone, I can control myself and prevent you from getting hurt. But I can't guarantee that kind of discipline from the guards. To make the whole thing more convincing, I'm okay with the deaths of enemies. But now that we're allies, I'm against the meaningless.
I can't believe a Matra would actually care about us. I've lived a hard life, I can say.
I've always treated my allies with honesty and respect. They have the right to know important...
Now you're making this hard for me.
Hey, is there something we can do to help?
I knew you.
We can help fight some of the mercenaries, which should reduce the number of times you'll have to struggle directly with the guards. That should help at least a little bit.
Sino, on behalf of my people, I thank you for your kindness. But this is a mission we cannot turn our backs on. We strongly value the lives. We have no fear of casualties, because we crave the spoils of victory. So please, lend us your...
Well, now that you've put it that way, I can no longer refute, but remember, you need to follow the plan and not do anything reckless. Candace made it very clear that since you and I both recognize the significance of this operation, there should be no more animosity between the followers of the Dendro Archon and those of King.
Okay, you have a deal. Let's do this.
The guards should be stationed in the courtyard nearby. You can find them there. Guards!
General Mahamudra! To what do we owe the honor?
Keep your voice down. This is a secret operation. I'm going to arrest a large criminal gang near this location. according to the Academia's Guide and Regulations on Secret Operations.
Ah, of course, of course. Mahamatra Sino's order is the Academia's order. But who exactly are you planning to arrest, and how many people are you expecting? Depending on the scale of this operation, we may need to report.
They're a squad of Eremites whose number is comparable to Ain el Akmar in Port Ormos. They're involved in the theft and
As many as Ain al-Ahmar. This should definitely be classified.
And I suggest that you report this to your superiors as soon as possible. And treat it as a top priority.
Got it. Please wait a moment. I'll contact them immediately.
Because this is work. Because I trust you.
Paimon can't believe you're still in the mood to chat. Thistle, aren't you even a little worried? What if these guards already know that you have betrayed the Academia? Even if that guard doesn't know,
We discussed this, remember?
The Caravan Rebot operation is of great importance. But don't worry, the guards there shouldn't know that Sino has stepped.
How can you be so sure?
First, the other Matra still don't know why Sino has left, which proves that the Academia has been covering up. Second, this is a crucial moment for the Academia's God creation plan. If something were to happen to the General Mahamatra, it's bound to attract a lot of, no matter how you look at it. They don't seem interested in sharing the news.
A reasonable inference.
Which brings us to our next issue. I'm sure some of you have been wondering if the prediction function of the Akasha will affect our...
The Akasha is still in operation, so I must remain actually. Considering the power of the Akasha,
I've given that a lot of thought. For now, I don't think you'll... If you remember, when you first came to Aru Village, all your actions and routes were predicted by the Akasha. It even gave that information to those who fought. Things like that never happened again after we met.
that's true. But why?
Look at it from a different angle. Why do you think the Akasha will predict your act?
Because my personal data has been entered into the Akasha.
That's true, but the key to this question is, how well can the... Haven't you ever thought about it? Just how can it do this in the first place?
Because the Akasha controls the entirety of
The Academia firmly believes that all human actions can be explained by sorting and analyzing entered data. The Akasha can derive behavioral logic and predict the actions of those who fit an existing logic model. However, at the risk of sounding like an advocate for fallacies, can everyone truly be considered logical at all times? Emotions are part of our behavioral logic. But can you guarantee that every experience of the same joy or pain would be equally intense? Sino, in the past, you've always worked alone. In the absence of another person who could sway you or your thoughts, the Akasha decisive and principled, you were used to solving problems alone. That's why the Akasha could figure you out. But now, you've joined a team. And I believe the Akasha hasn't yet figured out the full composition. Our thoughts and logic have intermingled and weaved themselves together to become a complicated, chaotic mess. Any one of us could potentially disagree with another. The Akasha lacks data on these interactions, and it's impossible for it to predict your actions in the future based on your decisions in the past. After all, there's probably a limit to just how much we can do. So, in my opinion, you're probably...
Makes sense to me. I agree. The Akasha is not alive, and I don't think we can be completely...
I guess there are things that even the Akasha cannot calculate. And people will not be forever trapped by the past.
I'm so glad that this is...
Next time, pay attention during our meeting.
Will do.
Just remember to stay vigilant.
Footsteps!
General Mahamatra, we were not expecting your presence here. I'm the security officer of the Grand Deshret Desert District.
This is my assistant, the Traveler. He will be working with me.
Beep! Construct, beep!
What a great honor to meet you. Your golden hair is as bright as the sun. And, is this the latest technology from the Academia?
Have you made a decision regarding the matter I mentioned to your subordinate?
It seems to be a dire situation, so of course you will have our full cooperation. To be perfectly honest, I've always longed to go on.
There's no need for flattery.
Yes, sir.
Take your most elite platoon and follow me to the eastern side of the district.
Understood.
Map.
Hurry, bring the map!
In 2 days, we will engage Rahman's Eremites and capture all of them. Any questions about the time or location?
None at all, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Maybe hanging around the General Mahamatra isn't so bad after all. Everyone's so respectful towards us.
This is all due to the absolute authority of the Academia. And get ready.
Time for the operation! Let's go meet Simon!
Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Fuck me, I'm looking in the mirror, so foggy, but I've never seen clearer. I don't really think anyone can save me, and honestly, I'm not really sure I want saving. I like to be my own worst enemy. There's no risk if you don't try at anything, so I'ma just keep buying everything. See you in the next life, hope to be a better me. I don't think that my head's on straight, gotta flip it and grip it and go and get an x-ray. What's wrong with me? I just feel weight pushing on my chest and it squeezes till I suffocate. Better change my mindset, meditate. It's pretty cool that I'm alive and have better days. I could walk, see, hear, I should celebrate. Think I could change my mind, maybe elevate. Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days. Kinda stuck between a rock and a hard place. Do I work hard or live at my pace? You're only young once, yeah that's all great, but I also want a future where I'm okay. Living life is doing lots of cocaine. Wait no, it's living with no shame. Wait no, it's sleeping in on Sundays. I guess it's different for each of us and that's okay. Well I just wanna be happy, how to get there? Glad that you asked me.
Over there!
I think it's
Our
different for
helpers have
everyone.
arrived already.
Some of us need work,
Let's hurry
others need
over.
fun. Some of us
Wait
need
a
purpose
moment.
to overcome, but try to do what you love when it's said and done. Cause there's so many
It's you.
differences in each of us. Trust your
You're
gut,
my
it can show you what
assistant,
you want.
remember? Being my assistant, you must stay with me.
Not okay.
It's General Mahamatra and his assistants.
We meet again.
You're here.
It's to show how important we think the operation is. Since this is a big case for the Academia, we are prepared.
I'm glad to hear your sense of resolve. Remember, we must capture them alive. They are our only leads for the case.
Understood.
Everyone! The Eremites are approaching from the west!
Make preparations and be ready for combat. Halt!
Oh? What a warm welcome! Judging from those shiny weapons in your hands, it seems like you're not interested.
Rama, the Academia has caught wind of your smuggling and illicit sales.
Who are you supposed to be? Matra from the Academia?
I'm not here to talk.
Nobody's given me this much time of day since I became a merc. Brothers! For that slight, let's wash our blades with their blood. Let's show them we
Watching numbers grow is what I call spicy. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. Scatter! Following grow, they know how to fight me.
Stabilize!
Shine down!
And I'm paying things I create my own name, make them pleasure out of pain.
Illusion Illusion shattered!
This is order.
Spring forth! Inazuma shines eternal! Shine down! Propagate!
I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I submit. I know I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent.
There is no escape!
And it's only 10%, I'm gonna gather. If I'm in loss, I'll take a bad loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots,
It's over.
learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting
We have
back
subdued
up,
them.
always stand
The
tall,
operation is
sweating,
now
I
over.
never back
All
up.
Aramite
I miss the
mercenaries
thing,
and related
regret it.
personnel
I'm
in
always
the
learning. You could call me academic, I'm always working, never been apathetic.
I'm afraid
That
you'll
energy
regret
is like a
Just
poison,
shut- we'll
needs a
curse you.
antiseptic.
Silence!
Oh,
Restrain them and take them back to Caravan Rebot. Count their numbers and send them.
Yes, sir.
Mahamatra Sino. I will now take my leave. If you need further assistance,
Understood. You are dismissed.
There they go.
Let's talk elsewhere.
This part of the plan went really well.
Yes.
That's fantastic. That punch you gave Rod on there sure looks convincing.
Once we're done here, I'll return to Caravan Rebot and oversee the group's transport. I promise.
Yeah, you're the reason.
It's not the time to celebrate yet. Go join up with her. She will need you to introduce her to...
Speaking of which, is it really okay for us not to share the full...
I have a very close relationship with Tainari. Given how well we know each other, I believe if we need help, Tainari is the best option. Get ready for the next phase of the plan.
Dia, we're here!
It's about time. Didn't you say our part of the plan is the most important of all? Here you come rolling in. In the time it took you to get here, I already did 5 laps around the place, downed 7 drinks, and even did some clothes shopping.
Sorry. We didn't mean to keep you...
I just wanted to fix your attitude and rub it in a little. After all, you took your sweet time getting here, and we've got important stuff to take care of. I just like seeing that serious look on your face. All right, all joking aside, I'm glad you're here. Let's get...
But where should we start?
Our responsibility is to get a status update on the Fatui Harbinger known as the Doctor. We need to make sure he won't get... Dealing with an institution that controls all of Sumeru is already hard enough. If the Doctor were to crash the party, it would be next to impossible.
Yeah, we sure don't want him showing up.
Right? Hearing his name just reminds me of those stuffy old geezers in the academia. I'd rather not have to deal with someone like that. According to the plan, we should first go to Pardis DI and ask the Forest Watcher Tainari. If all Hatham and Sino's sources are solid, then we can be sure that Tainari still has the Ekka. So, we'll find Tainari and convince him to get us the latest intel on the Doctor. Then, depending on what we learn, we'll make any necessary... The sages have placed spies everywhere on the other side of the wall. I'll follow you as a bodyguard. You should be honored. I don't offer my service.
But Paimon thought mercenaries would do anything for Mora.
That's certainly true. But when multiple employers are vying for your services, you should always go with the best offer. Let's see.
How much more do you want?
How much do I want? Hey, how about paying me with a smile? What do you say? I haven't seen you smiling much recently. If you ask me, come on, give me a smile so that I can be less worried. Looking good! I hope this pretty smile will become... There are many kinds of smiles, but only a truly joyous one can bring blessings to others. Let's consider this smile a down payment for our future. Let's go. It's time.
Osmanthus whined.
He's over there! Let's go say hi! Tainari!
Ah, Traveler, Paimon. And you...
Hey there.
This is our friend Tia. She's an Aramite mercenary.
A mercenary? You must have some big news for me.
It's something really important, please.
All right, then follow... This place is better. We won't be disturbed by any passerby. Okay, what is this important thing you want to ask me? The doctor, huh?
He's that strange-looking Fatui Harbinger with the mask. Paimon thinks he has...
Yes, I know him. Actually, he left Party's DI just a little while ago.
He left already?
Yeah, he came looking for me.
Can I ask what it was about? Sorry to ask you like this after having just met. But for now, all we can share with you is that your friend Sino...
Sino, you said? I see. So that's why he hasn't been at the academy. Okay. I will answer your questions and will assist you any way I can. You don't have to...
Sino's name really does work wonders. You're not even a little worried.
Despite having just met you, I can sense that you're the serious type. Between you, the Traveler, and Sino, none of you strike me as the type that would conspire. You don't need to tell me anything you don't want to. Also, the Harbinger you mentioned came to me because he wanted to take the scholar Hypatia away with him.
Hypatia? Why do you want...
And what do you mean by take away? Is he planning to leave Sumeru?
Yes. He told me his return to Snezhnaya is imminent. So you mean...
Indeed. Otherwise, we could have perhaps talked a little more. I was just about to set out when I remembered something important. To that end, I made a final trip to Pardis Di. Let me ask, have you been taking care of a scholar by the name of Hypatia?
Your sources are accurate. No doubt because you recruited many informants. But you...
Forgive me for asking, but how's the treatment coming along?
Given the way you're asking, I assume you have something to say.
Since you asked, I'll be frank. I would like to take Hypatia to Snezhnaya.
It's incredibly difficult to transfer a patient. As a scholar...
Oh. I can't believe your utter lack of faith in me. To the point of even questioning my general level of knowledge.
Well, you're the only one who's ever made such a request.
I have my ways of keeping her safe during the journey. In addition, I can also promise that under my care, Hypatia will receive the most... I will personally supervise her treatment and see to her recovery. Would that be agreeable?
Hypatia was born in Sumeru and remains a scholar of the academia. Her situation has not been... Transporting her to Snezhnaya is risky, and the potential benefits are unknown. As the person your suggestion is rude and reckless. I'll pass. I don't know much about the doctor, but after talking with him, I realized that, just like many others, it's not so much that he's looking down on others, but more that he's so confident in himself and his abilities. I would never refer a patient to someone like him. I prepared myself for a protracted battle of wits, and was really surprised to see him just give up on the topic.
I see, I see. Of course, your opinion makes perfect sense. You're still young, but already quite stubborn. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't just let you off the hook like this. But unfortunately, I'm in a hurry today. Luckily, there is still some time left for me to take care of everything before. It's just as the Academia said, you're a responsible and gifted scholar. Sadly, even with all of that, and that's also why people like you can never realize that sooner or later, everyone must pay the price for what they've
Pilot can't help but feel...
He asked a question, yet didn't care for my answer. He never came off as malicious, but an utter lack of compassion permeated throughout our conversation. From his tone.
I can barely believe it myself. If that's true, the situation will be in our...
I don't think I missed any details. Frankly speaking, I don't want you to do anything to...
Sorry, we can't tell you everything. We appreciate that you helped us anyway.
It's okay. I have an obligation to do so. To be perfectly honest, all of this may have started because... Recently, my master wrote several letters to me, asking me to return to the Academia and assist him.
Hasn't he already asked you several times before?
Yes, but there's something off about this most recent batch of letters. The handwriting and tone are both familiar. My master will occasionally leave a few dots on the back of the letter. One dot means that he wrote the letter on a sunny day. This has been a habit of his for many years, but I didn't find any dots in...
I get it. Since you are always at Gandharvaville,
I'd like to ask you to do that for me. If you can keep yourself safe. Please?
I can do that, but I have a feeling it will... The Academia has been working on a big project. I'm not quite sure what it is, but your master might be... If the higher-ups really are hiding something, then it will be difficult to... If the situation becomes critical, I'll leave the Academia.
All right. We've got a plan. I'll stay at Gandharva.
If that scenario comes to pass, you must be extra vigilant. And be...
I must say, I didn't expect a warning like this from the General Mob.
Being loyal to the Academia doesn't mean blindly doing whatever the sages say. On that note, aren't you also being quite
The Academia, yes, but my master is a man of integrity. Even when I was a student, I was worried he'd get in trouble for... I suppose he's lucky to have lasted so long.
I see. So you noticed something was up with the...
This may well be how Sino became involved in all this. In that case, I must keep... Also, if you run into Sino again, please help me pass on him. I think this may be something he needs to hear right now.
Okay, we'll find a chance...
Thanks.
Right. Now let's go hunt down... Oh, by the way, which way did the doctor go when he left Pardis DI?
That way.
Gotcha. Thanks so much. We'll be on our way. According to Tainari, the doctor is leaving Sumeru soon. I want to check it. He also said that he'll take care of everything before he leaves. What did he mean? Just to be safe, let's chase him and see what we find.
But we have no idea where he went!
We'll do it the mercenary way. I'll find leads as we go. That Harbinger may have tried to cover his trail, but he still left some traces. Or perhaps he never even thought about concealing his whereabouts. Maybe that's just how arrogant he really is. Yep, we're headed in the right direction. The traces are still fresh, but there's no sign of his entourage. Clearly, they're in a hurry. It's just as I thought. We can stop here. I think I know where the doctor went. To the south of here is Port Ormos, which seems to be where they're...
Port Ormos? They're going to leave by boat?
That's right. Let's go to the port.
I got all this potential that's deep inside of me. But they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being judgmental because you're trying things. And they just want you to settle and do the right thing. So get a good job, don't slack off. Wake up every morning, make a good impression on your boss. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do. And when you're making money, make sure you don't spend it too soon. Fuck that, I'll do what I wanna do. I got a different path from everyone and that includes you. Who are you to tell me how to live life? In these times it feels like nobody's right.
Look! Fatui still thinks Dia's tracking skills. Seems we found... Shh!
Don't draw there. The port is crawling with Fatui soldiers.
Let's keep going and see...
Now this is a proper farewell ceremony for a Snezhnayan Harbinger.
The Lord Harbinger is leaving. I've still only seen him once or twice.
I used to hold a position in our homeland. Back then, the doctor spoke in a very different way from the way he speaks now. Maybe the way people talk in Sumeru has rubbed off on him. It's always like that when you spend too long away from home. When he gets back to Snezhnaya, perhaps it will also take him some time to get used to the life there again.
Huh? But, sir, that can't be right.
No, I remember it like it was yesterday. Both his expressions and tones are now very different. Also, for some reason, he seems like he's all smiles now.
You must be mistaken. Nobody's supposed to look happy when they're on a business trip.
The doctor is on that boat. So he told the truth after all. He is actually leaving Sumeru. Let's get closer and find a place to hide so we can observe him. This place will do. We can hide here while we keep an eye on the boat. Is he?
It's time to say goodbye.
Wait, is he the only person?
You mean...
And where are all the soldiers we saw on the port just now?
They were all here just a few minutes ago.
So this was a trap. Wait, don't tell me.
Luckily, there is still some time left for me to take care of everything before I leave.
Oh no. They might be after Hypatia. Let's get back to Party STI.
Huh? What do you mean?
I'm afraid that she's seen something that she wasn't supposed to see. If I were the Fatui, I would also try to take her away.
Oh no!
Let's go!
Party's DI is not a place you Fatui can just...
I believe we've already made ourselves quite clear. Our superior gave us permission to search for and...
But you've been in Sumeru for some time already. I find it coincidental that you
Even the Grand Sage himself may not have the right to question our research, much less an ordinary. I've done my duty to inform you. Don't make things difficult for yourself.
It would seem that my words have fallen on deaf ears. You can keep trying to deny it, but coming to Party's DI now? I'm pretty sure.
With all due respect, your baseless speculations will only lead to unnecessary.
Well, you only have your Harbinger to blame. He knows nothing about keeping a low. I may be staying at Party's DI as a scholar, but that doesn't mean it is still my duty to protect the peace and safety of the scholars who have contributed so much to Sumeru.
Then it seems our conversation has hit.
No one will lay a hand on you, Akasha. Not on my watch.
Are you alright?
I'm fine.
These Vituli have really crossed the line. Time to teach them a lesson.
There's no use resisting! Give us Hypatia!
Keep dreaming!
Yes, Tainari! Beat him up!
There is no escape!
The doctor's orders are absolute!
Yeah? You've been someone's lapdog for so long that you don't know anything else now!
Solidify!
Propagate! Germinate! We're not getting anywhere. Traveler, Paimon, please go to Hypatia. We need to make sure they don't try to sneak.
Got it! Hypatia's still here. Doesn't look like anyone's broken in. Hello? How is she? Oh, that's good.
So, you think this is over?
What? The Balladeer is here?
I've missed that look of abject horror. You've given me that look every time we meet.
But, where is he?
I can hear all of your thoughts, you know. Don't you remember? I already saw you the first time you came to Party's DI and made contact with Hypatia. I didn't need to do anything. It is her honor to be able to connect her consciousness with me.
Who are you talking to? It can't be the Balladeer, right?
I know you must be curious. I might as well tell you that I decided to enter Hypatia's consciousness the moment I sensed your touch. I wanted to observe you on a fool's errand.
Hey, Traveler! What are you...
My deification is nearly complete. All that's left now are just some final details. Do you understand? Even if you manage to rescue Lesser Lord Kusanali, it will be impossible for you to defeat a bona fide god like me. Is it wise to force that childlike god into a divine... Scholars consider the god of wisdom to be the sum total of their faith. It's how they can justify reverence for a god as they construct it. But this also shows that humanity's worship of gods is a combination of blasphemy and exaltation. It's truly laughable. Yes. Yeah, I'm in a good mood, which is why I'm talking to you like this.
Those words almost make you sound like a friend who actually cares. But you're wrong. I'm different from all of you. I was born to become a god. My entire life up until this point has just been a meaningless routine. Just think about a sheet of paper. By itself, it holds no meaning. The contents, all I had recorded down before were some painful memories and boring human feelings. Such senseless drivel. Indeed, to me, the sight of you fools in your futile struggles is far more amusing. Tell me, just what has the— I'm connected to your consciousness, so I can hear what you're thinking. And this is a good conversation we're having. So here's a word of advice. Let go of your misguided guardian complex. It'll be for your own good, as well as everyone else's. Humans are a species that can only find bliss in ignorance. Ah, you've seen my affection for her. If you were in my position, I think you'd feel the same way. She peered into my consciousness and saw my past. All gods need followers. So Hypatia has been chosen. Her appearance heralds my imminent arrival at the throne of divinity, while her worship shall become my glory. You're doubting me again? No matter. Soon... Who wants to hurt my devout follower? The doctor wants to hurt my first follower? How very amusing. Has anyone ever told you that you're not— The doctor has never known his place. Even now, the puny human thinks himself capable of interfering in the business. You're still too naive if you think a few words will be enough to convince me to destroy the doctor. But I'm willing to give you— It is an honor for you to be able to stand here and speak with me. As my listener, you will be rewarded. Both good things and bad things can be called gifts. After all, gods have never needed to be—
Paimon, here's Thunder! That person Paimon couldn't see was the Valetier? Oh, he sure chatted with you for a while. Where is the storm headed? That means anyone outside is in danger! Let's go! Tighnari and Oh! Have the Fatui retreated? Hey! What happened to you?
He's hurt.
I'm fine.
Don't move. I've seen Eremites get struck by lightning before.
Struck by lightning?
We were fighting, and just as things started looking grim, the weather suddenly became extremely strange. Lightning started attacking everyone. Luckily, there were only two of us, and both of us were nimble enough to dodge most of the strikes. There were a lot of Fatui, though, and they were being torn.
With that, all the Fatui soldiers were forced to... It's all... My wound aside, you look like you've seen something unpleasant.
Hey, didn't I tell you not to move?
Just in case. fine.
Hey, how about taking care of yourself?
I understand my condition. The wound is not fatal.
Ugh. The more you understand medicine, the worse of a patient you become.
I know. They always think they can push through the...
Oh, he sat down.
Let me rest for a bit.
So that's what you were talking to the balladeer about? Oh,
The academias.
That sounds, ambitious, I guess? Anyway, as long as I can enjoy every day with a drink in my hand, tasty food in my stomach, and a good night's rest, that's enough. I'll only work when I have to.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood and circulation.
I must be the least ambitious person who's ever set foot in Party Steve.
Set a goal you control and the steps you take.
Don't mention
I
it.
try to pick one thought, have some concentration.
Well, if nothing else, all this proves that the doctor really did have some urgent matter to attend to.
Every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up,
Maybe the Fatui want to cover up some...
you said the balladeer claims that Hinja has seen his past.
today's gonna be a good day.
What could be there?
Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Have you noticed?
Wake up,
The balladeer is not happy with the doctor's actions. He thinks that...
today's gonna be a
If the doctor was to show up again, would the balladeer accept?
Based on what the traveler has said, I think he would. Having the doctor gone benefits him as well as us. In other words, we've successfully completed the stage of the plan.
Negative thoughts
That's a
poison
big
the rock.
accomplishment.
Head full of flies, so he
Thank you for the help, Tainari. Make sure you rest up for now. Okay, that wraps things up for us here at Parties DI. Traveler, let's continue to keep a low profile. You can head there once you're...
One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause of sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
All right, everyone is here.
How did everything go?
Let's report back one by one. I'll start. We've made the necessary modifications to the Akasha terminal. In addition...
I'll go next. The Traveler and I went to Parties DI. The situation was a bit complicated.
Who is behind it?
Well, that's the tough part. What should I say, Traveler? The Fatui or the Balladeer? After some back and forth, we confirmed that the doctor has left Sumeru by boat. He has something urgent to attend to, so we've successfully removed the doctor from the picture. Also, Tainari's already resting.
Good.
Oh, Tainari also asked us to tell you this message.
Everything also went smoothly on my side. The Eremites should have arrived at their destination, but to avoid alerting the quarry, they will stay there for now.
I can't believe you actually got so many Eremites into Sumeru City.
It's all thanks to Rahman and his brave team, as well as their bold strategy.
It appears to have been very effective. I'm glad to hear it. Well, is that everything?
Huh? Wait, you mean that's it?
Well, what else is there to discuss?
Shouldn't you end with some words of encouragement? You know, to fire us up now?
Personally, I'd rather we all go home and get some rest.
I'll hate them. Ugh.
Oh, and if you wanted someone to say something to that effect, then I must reiterate that I'm here to strategize and not to lead. So you should find someone more suitable to do that.
But I thought all of you academia big shots were great speakers.
Then I should remind you that I'm the scribe.
I know that. So
the scribe is responsible for recording meetings, not speaking.
Fine, whatever. Well, Cyno doesn't seem to be much of a talker either. I guess that leaves it to my...
employer?
Yep. The Traveler hired me. That's right. So come on, boss. What do you have to say for the...
Yeah! Say something to boost morale! Huh? What are you all doing here? Oh, it's you! Hey, everyone. I'm not disturbing you.
Not at all. I was actually just about to go
Judging from the group and all your serious faces, but you also look like you're up to no good. Seems pretty interesting.
Welcome, Milu. Would you like to join us?
Huh? You also want to discuss something important?
Yes, something very important. Milu, are there any breaks in your performance schedule?
Wait, you're seriously inviting me?
I'll feel the seeds as I spread with every word that I've said.
I can't believe my ears. You're Oh, right. The Traveler and Paimon are not from Sumeru. That's right! I must admit that I'm a little scared, but I'll try my best for Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Remember, believe in yourself.
Okay. I'll get my friends at the Grand Bazaar to help us tomorrow.
Just remember not to say too much. Be discreet.
Yep, you got it.
All the preparations are done. Now, can we finally conclude?
So, have you thought up what you'd like to say, boss?
Yep. It's a grand plan and we're all super awesome.
Well said. A good night's rest before an operation.
Thankfully, I've had my place to myself recently.
Huh?
Oh, nothing.
All right, let's all go home and get a good night's sleep so we can be up early tomorrow. Okay, so I guess that means it's time to... Yep! Good night, everyone!
Hello, you two. Sleep well?
Not really. I don't got too nervous thinking about today. What about you all, Hatham?
Naturally, I slept just fine. After all, a good rest should be considered part of the plan, since energy is...
You just want to show off how calm you are!
It's crucial to dissipate any tension before we execute.
The only thing you're doing is being annoying!
Anyway, Do you need me to go over the game plan again? Our target is Grand Sage Azar's office. Everyone in the Academia knows that's where the Grand Sage's console is. Only they can operate. Many restricted commands and operations are executed via that console. I'm sure that console has a way to free Lesser Lord Kusanagi.
You know, I've been thinking, what kind of technology could let the sages imprison?
That isn't something they could have accomplished with their scholarly talents alone. In the Sanctuary of Surasthana, there's a device of Greater Lord Rukada 500 years ago. The Grand Sage at the time modified the device so that it could no longer be controlled from the inside. They were effective. Don't forget, today is Nagarbaha Day. The sages and core academia personnel are busy loading the latest batch of research developments and legal. All the Darshan's researchers have their noses to the grindstone. And the Academia's grounds are flowing when the Grand Sage leaves his office to supervise. Well, yes. That's just the visible side of our plan. If precedence holds, the Academia should have already started preparing.
Everyone should be in position. All that's left is for us to lead the charge.
Let's go.
So are we just gonna walk in through the front door?
Yes. Were you expecting a stealth?
I might can't think of a good comeback. Alright, it's all on I'll hate them if things go south.
Please, wait. Are you Scribe Al-Haytham?
That's me. Is something the
No. I was just surprised to see you here. I had heard that the sages were also, please don't bring outside guests into the Academia.
Outside guests? How did you arrive at such a conclusion? Your groundless inference shamed the Harab.
What did you say? I'm the top student in Harabatot, and I earned 3rd place at the last
That wasn't my intention. As your Harabatot senior, I just assumed that you possessed a greater aptitude for critical thinking. Look, based on what you already know, the purpose of my return...
Is that so? Wait, the sages search for you? A blonde-haired traveler? So, from the start, the sages weren't looking for you.
Hey, shh. Yes, you've proven yourself as the top student in
As I expected. Please, forgive me. I wasn't thinking clearly just now. Thank you for getting me back on track.
It's nothing. We'll be on our way then.
All right. Thank you for your contributions to the Academia, Scribe.
What the heck just happened now?
I'm afraid I don't know either.
You have no idea?
He convinced himself of whatever truth he came up with. That is the so-called pride of a scholar. If someone questions their academic facility, they will instantly feign understand. Nowadays, the academia is rampant with this type of scholar. Their obvious
Wow, so there are special ways to deal with smart people. We don't even need to make up our own excuses.
We shouldn't waste any more time. It would be problematic if we missed our window. Indeed. Known as the House of Dana, it is quite possibly the—
there are a lot of students going through here.
The Academia marches to a fast beat, especially since it's Nagarbaha Day. Just act natural.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want, and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the
It's a lift that Academia personnel use to—
It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry.
No, not right now. We can't guarantee that we won't run into the great—
Believe in your mind, 'cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything.
Who knows? However, if we can confirm Azar's current location,
Allow me to offer you a hint. If you wish to know his location, look behind you. Do not tell me you believed the Academia would not grow suspicious of you after such a opponent. An eyewitness had informed me of your whereabouts, so I came to—
Great Sage, I didn't expect you to care so much about me.
I'm sure, but compared to you, I am far more interested in these two unexpected It's a pity that only now have I been afforded the opportunity to formally meet two of Sumeru's most esteemed guests. Excellent. You immediately initiated discussion instead of attempting to prepare some perfunctory— The foot traffic here renders this place unsuitable for discussion.
No, I'm
Please.
never turning back. I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so what? You're gonna be hurting bad, 'cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad. I stay strong. You will never see me crack.
There's no way out for us.
All right then, traveler. What to do today is Nagarbaha Day, so I still have many responsibilities to attend to. There is little time for— You seem to know quite a bit about our endeavors. If that is so, then you should be praising our great work, rather than using your trivial misgivings in a futile—
Trivial?
Then tell me, what do the Fatui want from me? Worthless. Those are all completely worthless. Benefits, divine power. These materialistic work creating a god. Yes, we are using human wisdom to create a god. If humanity cannot attain omniscience and omnipotence, then we shall create a god to reveal them. This is the pinnacle of human wisdom. We shall regain a god's guidance at long last. No longer will we flounder in the interminable void of consciousness, and even Ermin's soul will be freed from its plight. For our nation of scholars, this is the ultimate aspiration. No cost is too great to realize. You will never understand the rapture of having a god be born within your gods exist on a plane that far eclipses humanity's. Less care for the people, fend off sandstorms, fabricate silly fairy tales. These are but child's play for the Academia. We are a people favored by Greater Lord Rukadevana. Though I may have personally not seen it, our forefathers bore witness to. True, the ascension of the Lesser Lord has brought nothing but bewilderment to the scholars. They all ask, is that truly what? With that in mind, it is better to keep her isolated in the sanctuary of Suristan.
What a pathetic justification! Do you really think that only the super smart or powerful should be able to call them?
As per your judgment, Grand Sage, they are indeed dangerous individuals. Not only are they acting against the academia, but their ideologies have the potential to lead scholars astray. Looks like...
Are you talking about...
Anyway, I've brought them to the academia as ordered, but it took some time and trouble. Oh, that reminds me. Here's the investigation report. It's a summary of my time spent with the Traveler. An array of information about him ready for your perusal.
Oh, hey, them. So you're still on the academia side! We finally started to trust you!
Excellent. Detailed contents with no errors. I would, as it is near Garba, I'll enter the information on you into the Akasha. Surely.
We'll be monitored, just like Sino.
With the Akasha's calculation prowess, all of your actions will be predicted with an accuracy of at least 98%. To put it into words you can understand, wherever you go, you will be walking under an invisible leash. This is Sumeru's greatest penalty for dishonest persons. Are you not familiar with the concept that great responsibility begets an equally great suspicion? In any case, you are Sumeru's most concerning external variable. Locking you down will greatly decrease the chance of any undesirable outcome. Despicable? Perhaps from your perspective, but I suppose you had mentally prepared your ploy was to sacrifice the Traveler here, was it not?
Lord Azar, I know what you're trying to say, but I've been following your plan this entire time. Why are you
Must I delineate your entire plan? Very well. First off, I received an eyewitness report that you were spotted with the Traveler at Caravan Ribat. However, you immediately departed. Judging by the time, you all likely encountered the truant General Mahamatra in the desert.
Maybe Berman shouldn't have mentioned Sino just...
The Academia had not received correspondence from its scribe for a prolonged time. You were also in the company of the Traveler, a close associate of Lesser Lord. With their instigation, what was the probability that you would betray the Academia? Rationally?
Regardless, that's only a guess. The facts are that I brought the Traveler right before you, and I gave you my report.
Indeed, your boldness deserves praise. To think that despite status as an outlander, the Traveler, if I'm correct, you have a contingency plan to save Lesser Lord Kusanali and ruin up, sneak into the Academia on Nia Garbahade, using Al-Haytham's status as the scribe. For there is a good chance that an opportunity should your intentions be discovered, Al-Haytham will turn traitor and sacrifice the Traveler, thus proving his innocence. He can then stay inside the Academia as for Sino. According to the Akasha's calculations, he will soon return to the Academia.
You'll see me as a traitor regardless of what I say. No, even if you impugn me, it would have little effect on you all.
You misunderstand. Losing our scribe would irreparably damage the Academia's regular However, under the current circumstances, even that is trivial compared to...
You said that I betrayed the Academia, but you, Azar, you've betrayed all of Sumeru.
So flight has turned to fight at long last. Guards! Well, what do we have here? So you stole that divine knowledge capsule. traitor! Even the most rational scholar will yearn for the power of a god in a moment of desperation. Aren't you doing the exact same thing as me, Alhaitham? Unfortunately for you, no god will lend you their power. Azar! He has gone completely insane. Take him to the Mantra and exile him to Aru village. Then find someone to take these two to the confinement room. I'll deal with them later.
Grand Sage, we've finished all required preparations for Nyagarbahade. We may begin to enter the capsules now.
Excellent. You may begin.
Apart from that, we still have yet another goal in the first stage of our operation.
Why do we want to get him locked up on—
He's always been the person the sages are most afraid of, as well as the greatest obstacle to their successful implementation of their plan. Once the traveler is imprisoned, the sages will likely think that everything is under control, and with their guard down, the next phase of our plan will have a much higher—
I can already see the pompous looks on their faces.
Oh, that's a super tricky plan. But Paimon still thinks it's not really worth it.
That isn't the only reason, of course. He has a more important task once he's in According to the Academia scholars in Ramon's custody, Lesser Lord Kusanali has sealed off her consciousness in the Akasha ever since she was captured. That way, they can't pry any more information from her. Even if we break into the sanctuary of Surasthana, it will take time to awaken Lesser Lord Kusanali's consciousness. We need to do that in advance.
So our job is to wake up Nahida! Okay, totally worth getting through.
The confinement room is inside the Academia, close to the sanctuary of Surasthana. It's a completely enclosed space, and I'll work with Ramon's scholars to make some modifications to your Akasha terminal. Once you're in, get as close as you can to Lesser Lord Kusanali and try to connect to her consciousness. However, as for whether she'll actually wake up, that will depend.
Oh, no wonder you've been wearing your Akasha terminal today. It's the one that all— Paimon thought they'd take our Akasha terminals when they locked us up in here. Were they being careless? Alright, so what now? Sounds easy enough. We can finally talk with Nahida. There's a light flashing on your Akasha terminal. It's almost like— the faster it blinks, the better the signal. signal again. Is it getting jammed? Whoa, it's Mora! Ooh, Mora. No, Paimon, we're not here to hunt for treasure.
Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around, I feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this.
No signal again.
Hoping one day I blow up in the basement. Statement. The top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for the day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown. Get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. Some losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift. Oh. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign.
Hey? Is this the right spot? Are you getting anything?
I feel like I'm losing my mind.
Please work.
Everybody in the world blind. Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. Yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign.
Nahida!
A sign.
Hey, Nahida!
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign. A sign. That's it, the end of the song. Next time you'll sing along. Trust me, there's nothing wrong. I just need to carry on, cause society's a myth put there to make you sit. Listen to what they give. Don't ask questions, shut your lid. Yeah, don't ask questions, shut your lid. I need to run away from this and go get off the grid. Feel like my brain is overloaded, man, I'm losing it. Don't let them tell you what to do, man, they don't know shit.
Kept looking for a way to save Herman's soul. So I can catch up. Catch up to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But I'm stuck in the sanctuary of the sages are creating a god to replace. And I'm forced to lock my consciousness in this boundless...
Nahida! Nahida!
It's so quiet. Now that I think of it, I don't think I've ever asked you Archons have them. Should Archons... have I been doing the right thing? Am I really not needed? How do I... It's so quiet here.
Since you're the god of wisdom, you've known the answers to all these questions since the very beginning, haven't you?
Who are you? You're right, though. I don't...
Nahida! Nahida?
Did you wake me up?
We're here to rescue you. Are you alright?
me? I feel really angry now.
You should have been angry ages ago.
Oh, you're back! How's everything? That's wonderful news! Great, when you went to wake up Nahida, Paimon was listening for any sounds out. You were out for a long time. There are fewer and fewer scholars going about now. You think everyone's done with their Nyagarba date yet? So that means our next act is...
Nilou, are you sure about this? You're taking such a great risk.
I'm sure, and I'm going. You know that I don't like to pass up any
All right. You seem to have a lot of trouble, but if anything happens, the few of us...
Don't worry. They've been through worse. Everything's going to...
All right. You know, if you really do get arrested, we'll do everything we can to get...
Thanks, Mr. Zubair. You're so very kind.
Nilou, how's it?
Definitely more than usual. But it's because I'm...
It's okay. Just focus on your performance.
You sure know how to talk. Taking all the credit.
Well, thank you both.
Ooh, that sounds great.
All right, let's get back to business. Nilou, we'll be here to keep people from going...
I was planning on telling them something like, the Academia has been conducting a weird experiment, and some of their test subjects...
Oh, you couldn't think of anything better? Oh well, I guess it does.
I think it sounds great. I'm counting on you guys.
Don't worry, it'll be a piece of cake.
Hey, Nilou! Sorry, it's great to see you, but I'm really busy right... Do you want some candy?
VR, thank you. I'll pass on the candy, though. I cut back on sweets in the...
You have a point.
Yeah, thanks to you. I'm...
You're welcome. The honor's all mine, since I'll have such a great view of the show.
I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you...
I've never seen a performance like this. This is incredible.
Yeah, but I heard that public performances like these have been banned. I can't believe she's doing this here.
Grand Sage, there's some commotion outside.
Huh. How uninteresting. Issue the new Prohibition Act from the Akasha to the guards. They'll know what to do.
Do you think we should, like, stop her?
Let's just watch for a little bit longer.
Did you hear that? It sounds like a lot of guards just ran by. Does this mean the plan has moved on to the next stage? Yep. It's come to think of it. When did Alhaitham replace the knowledge capsule that was about to be entered into the Akasha? Oh, so that's when he did it! Paimon was too nervous to notice. Speaking of, didn't Alhaitham also yoink the divine knowledge capsule from that mercenary leader? It's a time-tested trick of his. Why are we complimenting him? Yeah, he's smart and all, but he still makes Paimon's blood boil. Let's review our plan for this stage again. It's not like we have anything. Paimon remembers that Nilou's task was supposed to go a bit like this.
Now that Lesser Lord Kusanali's consciousness has been forcefully sealed, the core figures of the Academia, with the Doctor's technological support, they think they have nothing to fear.
How despicable of them to rely on.
But this is also our chance. I was originally asked to draft the knowledge capsule for the Artistic Performances Prohibition Act when I was still at the Academia. It should be on the Grand Sage's desk right now, and will be entered into the Akasha during the next Nyargarbaha Day.
Are they really going to stop all artistic performances?
I'll make an identical knowledge capsule, but this time, I'll smuggle some misleading information into it. We only need to find an opportunity to switch the capsules. Once it's been entered into the Akasha on Nyargarbaha, the sages would definitely use that opportunity to announce the ban. And so, the misleading information...
Sure sounds complicated. But it seems like if everything goes well, we'll be able to get rid of all... That's pretty clever. Getting right into their head. I just have one question. Even if we manage to get the misleading info out to the guards, how can we be sure that they'll believe...
People who are used to relying on the Akasha become less inquisitive, and their ability to distinguish truth from misinformation is significantly reduced. They will view...
The Akasha will turn humans into machines. I've seen...
Yikes. Good thing I didn't wear it for long when I was working in Sumeru City. At first, I thought it was a good thing, too. By the way, this plan still requires a performer, right?
Do you have someone in mind?
Nilou of Zubair Theater. I know her really well. We can trust her. I'm kinda hesitant to ask her to participate in a dangerous plan like this, but...
All right. After the guards and the Academia are gone...
Then it'll be time for me and my stowaway brother. Here they come. Did you see that, Raman? They came out from the Academia in droves.
After laying low in the city for so long, this...
We couldn't do anything to them inside their coop. But outside the Academia...
With a lioness like you, the prey sure won't be able to run far.
We still need to eliminate the guards as soon as possible. If we give the sages enough time...
All they've done is to sit on their cushy salaries and twiddle their thumbs all day while we fought and struggled.
Speaking of which, most of the guards who report directly to the 6 sages belong following those blasted sages every...
Indeed. The trap has been set. Oh.
All right, let's each take a road and herd those scattered guards back into one place. Make sure to attract their attention.
You gave such an important task to that child. Will he be...
It'll be fine. Isak was so determined to help, so let's put our faith in him. Besides, even if he's caught, the guards would be too scared to do anything to him. They've never seen Lesser Lord Kusanali in person ever.
You've got a point. Anyway.
Good luck.
Hey, do you remember what you need to do, Isak? When the guards get here, you'll pretend to be Lesser Lord Kusanali and run away from them.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Of course I do.
Relax. Don't think about getting caught. Even if that happens, we won't leave. You only need to think about getting the guards' attention and leading them to the Grand Bazaar.
Okay, got it. I'm here to pay back Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Hey, they're here. I can see the Academia guards.
All right, it's time, Isak. take a deep breath, and go.
Why is there a guard over there? Did he already run ahead of me? This is different from our plan. But there's no time. I need to make a choice.
Let's have a look behind the house.
What should I do next?
Huh. Looks like nothing's here. A wasted time.
Luckily, he didn't check behind the tree. The guard looks alert. What should I do next?
Hey, stop! I saw you! Don't!
The guard looks alert.
Doesn't seem like anything unusual's around here.
Looks like the guard finally left.
Hey! Lesser Lord Kusanali is over there! Stop!
What? Lesser Lord Kusanali? How did I not notice that?
They found me. This is bad. Where should I...
The target suspected to be Lesser Lord Kusanali has escaped into the Grand Bazaar. Where did she go? How did she disappear? Did we lose her? Hurry up!
Hey, why is your team here? Didn't we say to split up our search?
Hurry! Hurry! This place is... Why are you all here?
Yeah, isn't it one heck of a coincidence? Everybody's here. What on earth is going on? I suppose that's all of you? Who are you? Did you set us up? What are you planning?
Phew, that was rough. I almost got...
Little brat! So you're not actually Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Just some colleagues. Think of this as a business competition, or a personal grudge. After stepping into our traps, stop thinking of yourselves as hunters. Behave like the prey you are.
An ambush? How's that possible?
You've spent all your time hiding away in the academia. This place has long since become our hunting ground. Brace yourselves!
This is odd. The academia has quieted down after the conclusion of the Nyagarbha Day ceremony. Where are the guards? Why have I not seen a single one?
Grand Sage, how may I be of assistance?
I called for the guards. Why did you come?
My apologies, Grand Sage. Right now, all academia guards have entered the city to perform the ordered arrest. I thought you knew.
Arrest? Who is there to... I have an ominous feeling.
Arrest Lesser Lord Kusanali, right? Is that not what the order...
Lesser Lord Kusanali? You mean she has disappeared?
Yes. I wouldn't dare make up something like that. Right now, everyone is in a panic, and many are saying that Lesser Lord Kusanali will take revenge on us.
What happened? Just what is going on? Lesser Lord Kusanali somehow escaped? That's impossible. The academia is heavily guarded today, and any order to release Lesser Lord Kusanali would be strictly confidential. What manner of trickery did they employ? How could Lesser Lord Kusanali disappear? Wait. How was the arrest order distributed to the guards?
It was issued by the Akasha earlier today. Only you have the authority to send messages like that, so I thought it was your order.
Let me check. Here. Lesser Lord Kusanali has escaped from the sanctuary of Sir. The Akasha indeed contains this information. And how did they bypass my permissions to issue this kind of message? Was it the report about the traveler that Al-Haytham submitted? No. I specifically checked that knowledge capsule before entering it into the Akasha. Well, even if I figure it out now, it won't make any difference. Have you been to the sanctuary of Surasthana to confirm that Lesser Lord Kusanali—
Confirm? No, it may be a bit offensive to say this, but Grand Sage, what you're saying, how can the information in the Akasha be inaccurate? What the Akasha decrees is fact. That is common knowledge to all of us. If we have to confirm the information and knowledge from the Akasha ourselves, then how is that any different from us learning that information ourselves? Wouldn't greater—
In the beginning, it was I who asked you to believe in the Akasha, to believe in the legacy left by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata.
No, Grand Sage. I'm merely confused because I believe in you. I never meant to refute you.
Stay here and see if there are any suspicious people around.
Yes, Grand Sage.
Lesser Lord Kusanali has escaped from the sanctuary of Surasthana. Go to— How can that be? Stop thinking about it. Stop. It must be a trick of theirs. As long as I personally confirm it. Ah! Impossible. That's impossible. There must be something wrong.
What a comical sight, Azar. Once the Akasha has put certain thoughts into your head, even the Grand Sage can no longer see what's right in front of him. You all can only see the world in your mind, the one you think you— And precisely because of this, you disregard— She has been a wise and worthy Archon.
Sino, have you been waiting for a chance like this? The Akasha predicted that you would return to the Academia to confront me, but I didn't—
No, you were blinded. Your faults stem from your reliance on the Akasha.
I truly did not expect a proud person like you to cooperate with Al-Haytham and the Traveler.
People change, Azar. Admit it. The Akasha can't predict my actions anymore.
Then tell me, what have you found during—
You want to buy time? This is the sanctuary of Surasthana. Under your own regulations, even Academia staff— As for the investigation, I've at least confirmed that you are guilty of insurgency against the Archon.
So what? Did you do all of this so I would plead guilty in front of you, General
No. I want you to plead guilty. You once said that I had no standing to judge you. So now, how about judgment in the name of a god?
How long do we have to wait? Paimon hasn't heard any sounds outside for a while. Yeah, but aren't you scared that we might be... Thinking about it, at least Paimon has you. We could still... When Paimon thinks of Nahida being imprisoned alone in the sanctuary...
Here comes your savior.
Paimon just knew you would come to rescue us!
You two really owe me some big thanks. I had to search through who knows how many guards to find the key here.
Thanks a lot. Need Paimon to rub your shoulders?
No, that's, I'll pass.
What are you afraid of? Oh, are you ticklish?
Now isn't the time to talk about being ticklish. Things in the city and on Sino's side are both going well. The guards that stormed out of the Academia. The Corps of 30 is in charge of the city's defenses, but we already talked to Asfand. They've been fed up with the sages bossing them. As long as it doesn't break their employment contracts, they'll turn a blind eye.
That's probably because you've been super great friends with them for a long time.
The Grand Sage is in his custody. Even I know how terrible it is to fall into Sino's hands, so he probably does too. Sino forced him to release Lesser Lord Kusanali. He has no choice but to obey. So, hurry to the sanctuary of Surasthana. We should have already rescued our Archon. Honestly, I didn't expect our ragtag. Alright, you two better go. I still have to clean up some messes in the city. See you around.
They say it's nice to meet. This is the first time we've met in real life. Before, we've only met in dreams, consciousness, or when I was in someone else. Thank you so much for coming to rescue me. But during this time, I did some self-reflection. My sense of inferiority and yielding to the academia led to all of this. Exactly! We're here because you're a good Archon and one of our... Thanks. Amazing. So this is how it feels to walk out of that cage with my own body. It's like I just had an endlessly long dream. I can't even tell if I just woke... My concept of self has become so clear. But now doesn't seem to be the time to indulge in this feeling. This is really embarrassing. You all just rescued an Archon, and now she needs... It's okay. With you here, Paimon's sure that everything will work. There's one more thing. What is it? For all the things the Academia did to me, and for all the folly it committed in the name of wisdom, as their Archon, I will make them pay. Ah! Wow! That's the spirit! You're finally standing up for yourself! I understand now. To be a better Archon, I first need to better my... If you haven't even figured out how to be a caterpillar, how can you be a butterfly? Yes, true. That we need to hurry and prevent the birth of that false god. I need to make some preparations. Since I'm now free, I can establish a direct link to the... First things first. I need to remove the restrictions that the doctor put on me. After that, I'll make some adjustments and revoke the sage's permissions. The Akasha will then be like how it originally was. After all, the Academia betrayed Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. This might take some time. In the meantime, if we don't stop the God creation plan in time, we'll be in for a tough fight. You might as well prepare for a fight. When we're done, we can take a walk around. After all, we missed out on a lot of stuff when we were locked up. How's it going, Nahida? I'm done with the parts that needed my involvement to complete. Although it's my first time working with the Akasha like this, its internal structure and operation procedures are easy for me to understand. Oh, also, this is for you. Huh? What's this little floaty thingy? It's a small device I put together just now. You can think of it as an upgrade. You may not need it right now, but it should be helpful in certain situations. Wait! This thing has the same characteristics as Paimon! We're both small things that float! Oh, all the things that make Paimon special got copied! When Paimon appears with the Traveler from now on, people won't remember Paimon because she isn't unique anymore! It's alright, Paimon. It can't replace you. It's only a flying device. But you're the Traveler's irreplaceable friend. You're so good at comforting people, Nahida. If only the I was simply telling you what I feel to be the truth. Nahida, you're natural at this. What you just said made Paimon even happy. By the way, even though I'm the Archon and in control of myself again, I'm not very good at fighting. You may have heard that an Archon's power is derived from their people's faith. However, if we get into a situation where combat is our only option, I'll have to count on you, and I'll do my best to provide support. I'm glad I can rely on you. So the God of Wisdom isn't good at fighting? That actually... I've located where the false god is.
All is accounted for.
What is this place? Wow. Who would have thought there'd be a place like this hidden? The sages wanted to realize their god creation plan without being discovered. The safest and most convenient way. That's true. They were already hiding one god, so why not two? Judging from the structure here, the project is a huge undertaking. The sages really saw the god creation plan as their ultimate goal. But this place doesn't look like it could have been constructed by the Academia alone. The Fatui under the Doctor sure didn't hold back. They provided a lot of technological support. Yeah, or else they wouldn't have been that generous. Is that it, though? I've always felt that this Doctor is different from the Academia sages. He doesn't seem to share their sense of urgency. Instead of being interested in the end product, it's like he's enjoying the experimental process. The Fatui Harbingers are all such weirdos. So, the Doctor being weird is actually normal. So, this Fatui that they're trying to turn into a god is called the Balladeer? We had previously come into contact with his consciousness. He harbors particularly strong obsessions. One is the desire for a gnosis, since he was created to be the vessel for one. The other obsession is probably related to his past. I can't quite explain it. Paimon knows that he was a prototype puppet for the Raiden Shogun before he became a Fatui Harbinger. That's why he wants a gnosis so badly. There's no way he'd willingly be a test subject. Now with that temper and ego of his.
It sounds like you know the Balladeer quite well. I see. Tell me more about him and what he's like. The more we know now, the better we can plan for and react to any future situation. Ah, I see. Alright, time to go. Let's get through here and meet him in person.
Gather!
Work time!
Hold the
Time to
lines!
work! Put your back in work!
I will have order.
Time to fulfill my duty! No slacking off!
Torn to oblivion!
This isn't good.
It looks like we can climb up these pipes. The pattern on the ground seems all messed up. Let's go around and see if there's a way to fix it. It seems to have stopped. Let's continue.
Solidify! No more!
Scatter!
Allow me!
Illusion shattered!
This isn't good.
You'll get frostbite.
Gather!
Propagate!
Thrust and rebuild!
Shine down!
You can't run from death.
The cart is stuck. Maybe there's something wrong with the tracks. Let's try adjusting the direction of the device to clear the tracks.
put you on. Have a load of this.
Illusion shattered.
Hold the line.
No more words.
Allow me.
Propagate! Shine down!
Right
There is no escape!
That seemed to work.
Stabilize! Propagate!
Rest and rebuild.
I'll put you on.
Order guide!
Inazuma shines eternal!
Not too far.
Illusion shattered! Ha!
Gather!
Hold the line. Breathtaking. Allow me.
Solidify!
Propagate! There is no escape!
Looking at its operational status, we must prepare for the worst. The god they wanted to create is likely close to Oh no! What should we do? Paimon can't imagine how hard it would be to fight against a... Are you nervous, Paimon? If you really want to know... Of course Paimon's nervous! Aren't you too, Nahida? Yes, I am. This is probably the first time I faced with a calamity of this degree since my birth. I feel not just nervous, but curious as well. Curious? Curious about what? Curious about our fate. To me, everything we perceive in this world, everything we learn, and everything that happens to us is considered knowledge. And if it's a form of knowledge, then it can be understood. However, only fate is about that which has yet to occur, so it has always drawn my curiosity. So to me, fate is the ultimate knowledge. That's also why I love observing humans and all the things that happen to them. It all brings me great satisfaction. And now, at long last, I'm not just an observer anymore.
I will personally experience my own fate with you by my side. Isn't this such a wonderfully exciting thing?
Ah, so that's what you mean. Paimon thinks she understands what you're feeling.
Agreed. Okay, let's continue on. I can sense his aura from here.
Who would have thought the world would be so eager for my birth? I remember you, Boor, the god of wisdom, and standing beside you, the traveler.
Is he all-knowing and powerful now, like Greater Lord Rukkhadevata?
No, I can't feel the same kind of divinity I felt from the Greater Lord. It seems that the sages didn't get the chance to infuse the divine knowledge capsules into him. But even still, he has undoubtedly become a true god now.
So we're too late? The Balladeer has already become a god?
The Balladeer. A long bygone title. When my spirit ascended to divinity, I felt as if I had existed for the same number of epochs as heaven and earth. Looking back, the existence of what once called itself Kunikazushi appears infinitely small and ugly.
This imposing aura, it really feels like a god's.
A body that capitalizes on the Balladeer's original construction as a mechanical puppet, with the Gnosis serving as a constant power supply. How much effort and resources did the sages put into this? From a purely technological perspective, it's a commendable achievement indeed. It's no exaggeration to say, this is the culmination of human wisdom.
You sure are something! Dishing out compliments at a time like this?
But I don't think he's reached the spiritual height of a god.
Strife is engraved upon every god and every gnosis brought forth into this world. Can you feel it? The exhilaration of such power, and the thrill of anticipation for our contention.
Nahida wouldn't feel the same things as you!
Do you not realize that you are interrupting a conversation between gods? Lowly creature, know your place!
The strife engraved upon a Gnosis. You're talking about the Archon War. Tevat's current peace was not easily won. I didn't personally participate in the Archon War, but the way I see it, all those losses were meaningless, driven by the demands of the laws. There's no point in bringing it up again.
Is that so? Yet I am deeply disappointed that I was never allowed the fortuity to personally participate in the Archon War. This is a first. Encountering a god in this world who does not crave power. No wonder your own people have abandoned you, god of wisdom. Your judgment is as your existence, unsubstantial. This is where everything ends, Boor, the god of wisdom. You should know that wisdom cannot solve every problem. Like now, where your only option is to face me in combat. Come! Let us reenact a scene of the Archon War. Come and inaugurate my birth as a god.
Perish!
Scatter!
Hold the line!
Shine down!
This is order. Insignificant pest! Gather!
Spring forth! Now you shall perish!
Feeble
There is no escape! Ha!
Stabilize!
Solidify!
Propagate!
Order guide you!
Scatter!
Kneel!
Turret, bring refuge! Inazuma shines eternal!
Burn to oblivion!
Illusion shattered!
Scatter! Reality is pain!
Rebuild!
This is supposed to be a battle between gods, yet you choose to hide behind a mortal. And now, you're acting like you'd sacrifice yourself for a human. Are you having fun proving a false sense of heroism to yourself, Booer?
The data collection is almost complete. Do you even know how many times you've tried to take my gnosis from me? We just concluded the 168th loop. Did you know that in the effort to create you, the people of Sumeru were forced to live through the exact same number of Sub-Zerus festivals and samsara cycles?
The power of dreams. When did you use it on me? You can't even defeat me in a dream. What do you hope to achieve with this little trick?
Come, Traveler. Just like before. Allow me to awaken the memories in your dreams.
All that battle experience!
It's more than that. Compile everyone's wisdom in the name of the Archon. That is the original function of the Akasha. I've sent everything that happened just now to the people of Sumeru in the form of knowledge. I've asked them to help you find a way to defeat the false god. Now, all of Sumeru's wisdom is at your disposal.
Meaningless tricks won't save you. Are you done with your tricks? Can I finally take this as a real battle between gods?
I'll leave this to you, the first sage of viewr.
I am the all-knowing God!
Spring forth! Torn to oblivion! Shine down!
Burn to oblivion!
The Temple of Wisdom! Committed to memory!
This is order! You filth! Stabilize!
Kneel!
Gather!
Reality is pain! Good riddance, cruel world. Propagate!
There is no escape!
I see everything!
Stabilize!
Illusion shattered!
Let's move on.
Your new god awakens! Now, your eyes have been opened.
Hold the line!
Shine down!
Kneel!
Stabilize! reality is pain! Gather!
Scatter! I see everything!
Humans. Filthy humans. No! Wait! Please! Anything but the gnosis! That's mine! Don't even try! I'll never go back!
We haven't yet found the answer to the most important mystery. Irminsul is still waiting to be saved. With the power of another Gnosis, we may now finally understand the last memory of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata.
This is...
That's right. This is the last memory of my predecessor.
Huh. This sure seems very different from what Paimon imagined. Shouldn't Irminsul be in this realm of consciousness?
Yes, that is our destination. But I didn't expect the remaining consciousness of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata to be as polluted as this. Forbidden knowledge? It seems you know about a concept that even I don't completely understand. Could you tell me what you know? Your inference seems logical enough. Forbidden knowledge once polluted the desert thousands of years ago, but was successfully repelled thanks to King Deshret's self-sacrifice, and Greater Lord Rukkhadevata nearly exhausting her power. Then, a second instance of forbidden knowledge pollution occurred during the Conria Cataclysm 500 years ago. But I'm afraid it is much more serious this time, with Irminsul itself already in danger.
So, if we're in the remaining consciousness of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, and it's also been affected by forbidden knowledge pollution, then does that mean, in order to save us, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata?
Yes. It's very possible that she sacrificed her life in the fight against forbidden knowledge. She didn't completely eradicate forbidden knowledge, but if it weren't for her actions, the pollution would have been far more rampant over these past 500 years. The way that everyone, including me, has forgotten everything about forbidden knowledge may very well be due to her restoration of Irminsul.
Aww. Do you feel sad, Nahida?
I'm just sharing her pain. The pollution... Did she fight to resist the forbidden knowledge pollution in such terrible conditions, all the way up to her last breath? She even used her last remnant of lucid consciousness to leave a clue for us to follow. Yes, her words were distorted by forbidden knowledge, so that's all we could hear. But now, we have a chance to find the answer to this mystery. We can cross the polluted consciousness until we found the right path to meet with our lucid consciousness. And then, we'll let Greater Lord Rukkhadevata tell us the truth in person. Each of us need to be mindful of the state of our own consciousness while we are here. Even with the Gnosis' protection, we must always keep a clear mind. Otherwise, we could go mad at any moment.
That's so scary.
Don't worry, it should be easy enough for you to keep that mind of yours clear, Paimon. Let's go.
Are we in the air? And why is there a huge boat?
That's the boat of consciousness, which symbolizes reason here. Its course is the direction our conscious...
Wow! What are these? The monsters seem to have been affected by them.
Illusion shattered! Inazuma shines eternal! Ha!
Solidify! Order guide you! Germinate!
Billowing surge!
Shine down! Torn to oblivion!
Look! A four-leaf sigil has appeared in the sky!
Stabilize!
Rest and rebuild!
There is no escape!
Solidify! I will have order! Propagate! Spring forth!
Shine down! Now you shall perish! There is no escape!
Covenant of the Deep!
Order guide you! Scatter!
Hold the line!
Illusion shattered!
Germinate!
Torn to oblivion!
To control the boat of consciousness, we need to find the helm first. We changed direction. Are we still going the right way, Nahida?
Judging from the current route, the boat of consciousness will soon take us out of here. We'll be arriving at our destination soon. How are you feeling? Are your minds...
Huh? But everything's been completely normal for Paimon.
Hopefully there won't be any more interruptions. This time, we should be able to meet Greater Lord Rukkhadevata.
Are you saying you've never met Greater Lord Rukkhadevata before?
No. It seems that my birth and her death took place at the same time. Otherwise, I think she would have given me a little more guidance, and I could have done a better job.
Hey, you've done a great job, Nahida. Let's get out of this creepy place and go meet her. So, is this the place you were talking about? The base of Irminsul?
Well, this is the place.
We're here to find Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, right? But the one standing over there is...
Is that... me? She looks exactly like me. Are you Greater Lord Rukkhadevata?
Yes, that's me. Are you surprised by my appearance? Irminsul and the surrounding lands have been reproduced here as they were years ago. But this is just a realm of consciousness. We are manifestations of the same nature. Hence why we would appear exactly the same.
We're of the same nature? Why?
Because you are me, and I am you. You are me in the new samsara.
The new samsara?
As Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, I'm the avatar of Irminsul. And you are the purest branch snapped from Irminsul. Imagine it this way. Even if a tree dies, its branches will eventually take root and grow, continuing the tree's life in another form. I'm merely the remaining consciousness of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. The real me has presumably died a long time ago. Judging from your appearance, I've probably been dead for 500 years. But you're finally here. My new self in the samsara.
If this is true, then am I going to be a great Archon like you someday?
Though we share the same nature, our fates are bound to be different. All things have their own fate. When a branch grows into a mature tree, it won't be the same as the original tree.
That's why fate is the ultimate knowledge, isn't it?
That's a great insight. Yes, very good. It's also precisely why you won't become like me.
Really?
But perhaps you may become an even greater Archon than I. I already see a determination in you that I didn't possess in my time, and the future that it leads you to will be yours alone. Along with the blessings from your past experiences. Don't worry. The growth of wisdom is like that of a plant. You only need to wait quietly for the flower to bloom.
Come to think of it, the sages never had the faintest inkling of the meaning of wisdom.
Thank you. Nothing makes me happier than discovering that the Archon I always admired was in fact myself in another fate. It's so nice to speak with you, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. I've always wanted to meet you.
The feeling is mutual. From the moment I snapped the branch off Irminsul and created you, I've also looked forward to talking with you.
Could you tell me why you wanted to create me? And what exactly happened when you died?
Ah, I see. You're here seeking answers, right? Everything that day, even the sky itself, changed into a color like this. At that time, the seven were all summoned to the nation of Conria. Except for me. I had a more important task to attend to. I had to protect Irminsul. The disaster occurred together with the pollution of forbidden knowledge. At that very moment, with my consciousness connected to Irminsul, I sensed something was wrong. The pain started to torment my mind. By the time I reached Irminsul, it was already displaying signs of corruption. Had I not repelled the pollution of forbidden knowledge with King Deshret thousands of years ago, I might have felt even more hopeless and lost.
So what exactly is forbidden knowledge?
It's a kind of knowledge that doesn't belong to this world, and a form of truth that can't be understood. It came from the very bottom of the abyss. Even I could never understand it. The world is constantly rejecting it, leading to all kinds of bad phenomena. If we allow forbidden knowledge to pollute Irminsul, I'm afraid the entirety of Teyvat could fall apart.
So, there's knowledge that even the God of Wisdom can't understand?
At that time, I knew I couldn't repel the forbidden knowledge with my strength alone. Which is why I created a device that compiled human wisdom and named it the Akasha.
It's truly the world's most amazing invention.
Thank you. For a long time, I thought dreams were the fruit of human wisdom. Though it was selfish to do so, I borrowed people's dreams using the Akasha. Then I compiled their wisdom and all of my own power.
Well, did it work?
Thanks to the wisdom of the people of Sumeru, almost all the forbidden knowledge was cleared from Irminsul. But things didn't go as smoothly as I thought. I had a terrible headache, which gave me an uneasy feeling. And then I remembered that my consciousness was also connected with Irminsul. It brought me knowledge and wisdom, but vile corruption as well. From the very beginning, my existence had been polluted by the forbidden knowledge.
Oh no. How could that happen?
I've experienced that pain in your consciousness. It must have been a horrible experience.
Yes, but my feelings weren't important. The important thing was that even if I died, my existence and everything related to me would continue to exist in Irminsul as memories and knowledge, meaning that the forbidden knowledge couldn't ever be permanently eradicated. And there's no way for me to eliminate myself. It would be a sort of paradox. So, I took the purest branch of Irminsul as my incarnation in the next samsara, and left a trail of clues, all in hopes that you would come here and remove me and my pollution from Irminsul forever.
Wait, no, I can't.
So you realize what that implies. You are very smart indeed. Irminsul has all the knowledge and memories of this world. And as you've realized just now, removing me from Irminsul means I essentially will never have existed in this world. But this is the only way to save Irminsul.
People love you so much, and they've missed you so much over the past 500 years. I am exactly the same. So how can we just forget you like this? Is there really no other way? There must be something else I can do.
You're the god of wisdom, Boer. You should know that there is no other way.
But this is so cruel. I don't want to forget you.
No need to feel so sad, Boer. As someone who delights in wisdom, you should feel joy at finally finding the answer. These are the words in their entirety. The answer you've been seeking all along. Let the world completely forget me. We all nestle under the great tree of wisdom, peering out to perceive the world. From the earth and from the rain, we perceive its wonders, until we become a white bird to perch atop a branch, and finally snap off the most important leaf. Once upon a time, I alone dreamed in this world. In my dreams, everybody would also dream after they fell asleep. Wild and wonderful thoughts would emerge from their minds. Some tumbled to the ground, and others floated to the sky, connecting all things in the world into one dazzling net. Among a plethora of worlds were numerous smaller worlds, all of fate, finding within the tapestry their brilliant glow. I gradually understood that these indescribable and constantly changing things are the most profound things in the world. Only they can completely repel the madness. Only dreams can awaken consciousness from the deepest darkness. I'm the one who posed this question, yet also the one who sought a solution. Saving the world with the dreams of the people used to be my answer. And now, you've also found your own answer, and I shall return all the dreams to the people. Goodbye, people of Sumeru. May you be blessed tonight with the sweetest of dreams.
I'm alright. We've just saved the world, right? So why am I crying? I don't know where this feeling inside of me is coming from, but I feel very sad. Just now, we used the power of two gnosis to successfully connect with the Ermin soul consciousness from 500 years ago. Then, we removed the remaining pollution from Merman soul.
Yeah, what's wrong? Weren't you there just now?
Huh? That sound. Traveler! Paimon!
I've been waiting here far too long.
But finally I have the chance to be alone with you. All the precious time I wasted has finally paid off.
The doctor! What have you done?
Just a type of sound wave that can quickly put defenseless people into a dream. As I expected, it doesn't have any effect on gods. This is the only thing of interest I found among the sage's research. I thought I'd take it for a little spin. Don't worry. I know you would never forgive me if I actually killed them. I'm here to negotiate with you. Naturally, I won't do anything dangerous that could potentially damage our relationship.
Negotiate with me? I heard you had already left Sumeru. Why are you here again now?
I left Sumeru, but I also stayed in Sumeru. Even the God of Wisdom is restricted by the habits of cognition. How disappointing.
You mean there are many different versions of you in this world?
An astute guess. Even the same individual will have different cognitions at different ages. A long time ago, I made a major decision in hopes of preserving all my perspectives of how I observed the world. Observation is the first step of any experiment, but observing the current world doesn't satisfy me. It lacks an important dimension, that of time. So I saved segments of all my ages and made them into independent individuals. That's all there is to it. Indulge me. How does the God of Wisdom find my method of seeking knowledge?
It's an insult to the very concept of life. Life inherently has many rules and restrictions, each with its own significance and reason to exist. They can't be broken on a whim.
Good. Amazing, even. Indeed, it's difficult for humans to make peace with themselves, not to mention oneself from a different period.
Since you were in the academia, why wait until now to show up? You could very well have stopped us and helped that fake god.
Simple. Let me ask you this. Would any staff member ever help the subject in the middle of an experiment? It was my experiment. So why should I interfere with the results?
The academia saw the plan to create a god as their ultimate goal, yet you only saw it as an ordinary experiment. You really are crazy. If the experiment succeeded, you would have had a new god on your hands. How would you have faced your own god then? Would you still take the same stance? Would you still hold the same view of yourself?
I'm first and foremost a scholar. These results should be left to the judgment of the hypothetical me confronted with that outcome. But you're right. And that's exactly why I'm disappointed with the conclusion of this experiment.
As an individual, you don't have any sense of belonging. You seem to have even fewer convictions than a typical scholar.
Oh no, I certainly have my own convictions. They just don't fit your standards, that's all. All right, that's enough conversation for today. The experiment is over, and it's time to tidy up the equipment and reclaim any useful materials. For example, the Gnosis. Lesser Lord Kusanali, you're an intelligent Archon. I'm sure you understand the disparity in our combat abilities at this time. Besides, you have no way to use that Electro-Gnosis in battle.
Didn't you say you were here to negotiate with me? Somehow, it's starting to seem like you intend to take it by force now.
I'm merely stating a fact. After all, I'm also a scholar. Naturally, I hope to show proper respect and dignity to the God of Wisdom.
Your hypocrisy is built on absolute confidence. I understand your scheme, but... what if I were to destroy the Gnosis now and awaken the heavenly principles?
Awaken the heavenly principles? Do you think that's really possible?
The heavenly principles have been silent for many years, but the Gnosis are symbols of their control over Teyvat and all the laws. Will the destruction of a Gnosis attract the attention of the heavenly principles? And if so, how do the Fatui plan to deal with the consequences? Do you dare to gamble such a possibility with me?
Gamble? How surprising. I thought you would show evidence or use rigorous reasoning to prove your point. The word gamble is the last thing I expected to hear from the God of Wisdom. But this is a clever move. You must have seen through me when I first captured your consciousness. As a scholar, I respect all possibilities. This has always been my principle and is an essential trait as an experimenter. Indeed, I can't ignore this possibility. So tell me then, what are your conditions?
This foreign Gnosis will only lead to disaster if it stays in Sumeru. But this Electro-Gnosis is the prize I obtained after defeating one of your fellow Harbingers. Now, as the one who initiated this cascade of events, shouldn't you pay the corresponding price?
Price? Interesting. What price would you have me pay?
How about erasing all your other segments?
So this is how you wish to restrict me, the most threatening opponent of the Nation of Wisdom. What you request of me is like plucking out the eyes I have placed in the dimension of time. Segments are extraordinarily difficult to make. They require extremely rare resources and enormous amounts of time and effort, requiring me to destroy them all here and now. Bravo. A suitably wise decision on your part. Yes, how very interesting. Can I assume that you have long been wary of me? Among all the versions of me, this segment you see now is the most selfish. If it weren't me, your idea wouldn't have worked. What did you see when you were imprisoned? You were observing me, and that's how you know I've long grown tired of their doubts and endless arguments.
Like you said, it's difficult to make peace with yourself. Being as smart as you are, have you managed to do that?
I see. If you think all those versions of me are worth a gnosis, then deal.
You sure didn't hesitate much. Is the relationship between all the versions of you really that bad?
I don't think there's any need to dwell on that. The surplus versions of me can be exchanged for a gnosis. Do you think anyone can offer themselves at a higher price? Besides, with my abilities, it's only a matter of time until I find better perspectives. Perhaps it's best to say, you're just temporarily ahead. But what I'd like to know is, how can you be sure that I've really erased them?
I can see your remaining honesty.
What a ridiculous decision! You can't be serious!
How could I have been so
short-sighted? You think this is the end? Wait, I'll have my revenge!
You'll make this moment count.
You will regret this!
Well, have you confirmed that it's complete?
Here, take it. The future of Sumeru City will be in my hands alone. I will shut down the Akasha and let curiosity and the thirst for knowledge drive the realm of academics once again. There won't be any further gaps for you to exploit.
It truly pains me that my academic achievements have never been appreciated in my homeland. Of course, I have no interest in being rejected by this city for a third time. Another chess piece. And where is your dendronosis?
Don't be greedy, Harbinger of Snezhnaya.
No, this is a different transaction. If you intend to turn off the Akasha anyway, then there's no further use for the Gnosis of Sumeru, is there? Besides, isn't it the Archon's duty to deliver what's desired of the Seeker? Oh, judging from your expression, you don't seem to find the idea very agreeable. Then let's think of it this way. Since you're the god of wisdom, how about I exchange some knowledge with you?
People exchanging knowledge with the god of wisdom is the stuff of legends. Yet here you wish to exchange knowledge for the god of wisdom's property. Arrogant as that is, it has piqued my interest.
Let me ask you, have you in all your mighty knowledge ever heard the rumor that the skies of Tevat are fake?
Huh?
That's the secret hidden by Irminsul concerning the truth of this world. Once I finish telling you about this, it will be time for me to say goodbye. With negotiations, we've all gotten what we wanted. I'm very glad I got to meet you like this.
Your arrogance may know no bounds, and convictions may mean nothing to you. But I'll still listen to what you have to say. Together! Are you awake? Kali says it's time for breakfast. Come on, get up! Good morning! How are you feeling today? Good to hear. It looks like we've recovered pretty well. Not even Tainari could stop us from going out now, right? Come on, Traveler, let's go! Good morning. Looks like you're awake. Yep, yep. I prepared some breakfast today. Please have a taste. I hope... It's nice to have you here so we can eat something yum. Well, now that I've recovered from Alizar, I'm feeling better than ever. I can even prepare 4 or 5 meals a day now. And Paimon bets they're all delicious. Oh, by the way, someone brought a letter for you after you went to sleep last night. Nope. Paimon wanted to read the letter with you after you woke up. Oh, it's from Milu. Ahem. We're going to hold a feast at the Grand Bazaar and celebrate Cyano's reinstatement as the General. As heroes of Sumeru, please be sure to attend. I'll wait for you. Oh, I've also heard that you've become heroes here as well. That's amazing. Everyone's aware of your abilities. There's no need to be modest. Anyway, let's go to the Grand Bazaar to have... Oh, before you leave, be sure to inform Master Tainar.
Good morning. How do you feel today?
We feel much better. How about you?
I'm recovering well. Thanks for asking.
But from the looks of it, you seem to be already busy with work again.
It's fine. I'm not that busy, really. The Elazar patients have recovered, as well as Hypatia. For now, I only need to—
It seems once Irminsul started getting better, everything else started to recover too.
Yes, but there are still some residual effects. The withering is one example. Though it won't spread anymore, the existing zones won't just disappear. We forest rangers will still need to do the work.
By the way, we have some good news. Sino got his—
This news is hardly new. He had already mentioned it to me before.
Huh? You mean he was already here? Why didn't
He visited once, but he was afraid of disturbing you while you were resting. He just asked me—
And you probably already know all about the celebration feast.
Celebration feast? No, I haven't heard anything about that.
Huh? But didn't Nilu say in her letter that they would—
Perhaps, or alternatively—
Come to think of it, Sino doesn't seem like the type who'd enjoy a celebration feast. You and Kale are both Sino's close friends. Why don't you come to the feast with us?
Kale has taken over some of my tasks these days. I don't think she'll have time for it. You see, some VIPs have come to the—
Huh?
Well, technically speaking, they are former VIPs. The sages involved in recent incidents have begun their training in—
Huh?
Yes, he's a little weak, but he isn't injured, and his Lesser Lord Kusanali in her boundless mercy has decided to spare Azar and the other wrongdoers. Supposedly, they were ashamed of their shallow ideologies and have decided to dedicate the— When they learned that Lesser Lord Kusanali had defeated the Balladeer and saved Irminsul, they were shocked at first, but also became happy, feeling that the sacred light guiding them on the path of discovering wisdom had begun to— As a result, work has increased for the Forest Ranger.
That sounds really exhausting.
There's nothing we can do, really. But that's another topic. Back to the matter at hand. Are you two planning to head out?
Ah, right! We're here to request permission to head out.
You've recovered well. You may go, but be careful.
Yay! Will do.
Every journey has its final day. Don't rush.
Well, there won't be any problems if the feast starts at that time.
Mr. Zubair, I finished telling things up here.
Is a simple reply really that much to ask of?
Oh, it'll be fine. Besides,
I was thinking the same thing. Hey, Nilu! Traveler, Paimon. We got your letters, so here we are! You're the best. The other guests haven't even replied. Huh? Are we the only ones that have... Yeah. I had someone deliver letters to all of our guests.
Look, I get it. Sumeru is in an extremely important period of transition, right? Nilou is Sumeru's #1 You have no...
If you consider enjoying Nilu's dances having good taste, then because Paimon thinks everybody will love her
That's right. We all think she's Nilou is an absolute favorite among those. Master Zubair, let's have a vote for the most outstanding audience members next time.
Nonsense! It is not for us to determine the... But indeed, we could try giving gifts to people with particularly good taste. I heard there's a...
Ooh, good idea.
I don't want you giving pictures of me to...
There's always a lot going on at the Grand...
Yeah. And that traveler in Paimon? Could you help confirm if for some reason they didn't receive...
Yeah! We can also check out how everything in Sumeru...
When I wrote the letters, as for Sino, I'm not too sure as for Juniors.
Okay, got it. Let's go, Traveler. We haven't seen Alhaitham anywhere. Let's ask that person over there. Hey there, have you seen Alhaitham?
Yes, it seems Scribe Alhaitham has gone to the House of Dana. But you're already the second group of people I've seen looking for him.
Oh? Who else was looking?
Mr. Cave was just here asking about him. You wouldn't believe how terrible they're... Don't tell me everyone's here looking for gossip about the Satan.
No way. We're strictly here on...